Generally speaking, when people think about prepping for a crisis, they tend to focus primarily on natural disasters such as hurricanes, floods, earthquakes, or events like economic crises, terrorist attacks and mass shootings. Unfortunately, many overlook preparing for an EMP. An EMP, short for electromagnetic pulse, also sometimes called a transient electromagnetic disturbance, is basically a burst of large amounts of electromagnetic energy which are capable of short-circuiting electronic equipment. An EMP can be caused by devices specifically designed to cause an electromagnetic disturbance, or from other causes such as the detonation of a nuclear bomb in the upper atmosphere, and large solar flares emitted by the sun. During such an event, most electronic devices within the affected range will be rendered useless because of the damaging effects of the EMP. Unlike natural disasters and many types of crises which, to some degree, can be predicted ahead of time, an EMP attack is usually so sudden that you'll barely have time to react. While human casualties may be low in an EMP event, when it comes to electronic equipment damage, and the devastating negative impact of having all your electrical equipment wiped out, this crisis is second to none. Preparing for it is extremely difficult because even if you have a Faraday cage at home, during an EMP attack, your mobile phone, electronic car keys, etc., will be on your person and will be damaged since you most likely won't even have an opportunity to put them in the Faraday cage. Household appliances such as refrigerators, televisions, etc. will be damaged too and there's no way to protect them. Even with shielding in your house, they may still sustain damage. So what can you do to protect yourself? For starters, make sure you have all your emergency survival kits stocked and ready to go. Next, you and every member in your family will need a spare burner phone. If you want to have the ability to use a mobile phone after an EMP attack, there's absolutely no other way around this measure. Place all your spare phones, spare electronic car keys, and other small electronic devices that you'll need into a Faraday bag. Then place that Faraday bag into another larger Faraday bag. This is called nesting. You can easily purchase small electro-shielding Faraday bags from Amazon, as well as larger duffel bags. I have put Amazon links to some good options in the video description. While you're down there, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. You may also want to protect your car by getting an EMP shield for vehicle protection. It's important to remember that when your car and your electronic equipment are working, while everyone else's are not because they were unprepared, you can bet that if you're driving around, you'll be a target for a carjacking or mugging. Don't forget, even the burner phones in the stores won't work. Devices that are turned off still get damaged after an EMP attack. So, you'll want to be extra cautious about being seen with working equipment. It'll be a good idea to have a firearm with you for self-protection and to prevent anyone from robbing you. Rest assured, your gun will work just fine after an EMP attack. Forget about building a Faraday cage if you're not technically inclined. By purchasing the items mentioned in this video, you'll save time and effort. Other than protecting your electronic equipment, you might also want to get walkie-talkies and batteries. Of course, these will go into your Faraday bags too. Even if you have burner phones, you'll want to have portable chargers or power banks to charge them. Make sure you keep the power banks charged and full on a regular basis. It's a necessary hassle. Despite your best preparations, since the electricity will be down, charging the phones after the portable chargers are used up will be difficult. So, with long-range walkie-talkies that rely on batteries, you'll still be able to communicate with family members. You can find many different types of walkie-talkies on Amazon. Besides these measures, you may also want to have enough canned and dried food supplies stored in the house. Having stoves and fuel will also aid in heating up your food. An EMP attack will damage your microwave and refrigerator. So, you'll want to start off by finishing up the food in your fridge first. Use a stove to warm up your food. If you need light, you can use solar-powered camping lanterns. In conclusion, preparing for an EMP attack is like firing shots in the dark at a target you can't see. All you can do is think of how you'd survive if there was no electricity. Ask yourself what problems would arise, how would you overcome them, and what items would you need? By picturing yourself in an EMP scenario, you'll be more aware of what measures you need to take. While the equipment mentioned in this article seem effective, and you should get them, at the end of the day you'll only know if they work after an actual EMP event. So be aware of that too. You should do more research on this topic and see what the possible repercussions are, and how to better prepare should an EMP occur. This is one crisis where the importance of preparing ahead of time cannot be overstated. Do you have preparedness measures in place in case of an EMP event? Let us know in the comments. Also, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you like this video, then you're going to love our next one. See you there.